From black panthers that stalk you through the Australian bush, to ghosts that appear in your rear vision mirror while you're driving, we count down 7 of the creepiest urban legends in Australia. Number 7. The Bodies in Sydney Harbour Bridge. The Sydney Harbour Bridge was first opened in 1932. It took enormous effort to construct, with workers being sent over to work on the project from all over the world. It was an extremely dangerous task, and in the early 1930s, laws surrounding occupational health and safety were non-existent. There are 16 officially reported deaths as a result of the construction work, but legend goes that there were 3 more. It is believed that during construction of the bridge, 3 workers fell into the huge pylons, where they lay until another worker noticed them 3 weeks later. Allegedly, because of the enormous size of the supporting pillars, it was too difficult to retrieve them, so they were entombed in concrete within the bridge, where they still remain to this day. Number 6. The Min Min Lights. In the wide expanse of the Australian outback, there is a mysterious phenomena called the Min Min Lights. Late at night, when driving through the darkness in outback Australia, suddenly, floating balls of light will appear in the sky. Sightings are widespread throughout Australia, and reports have stated that the lights will often approach you, lead you from your chosen path, and have even been known to stalk you for kilometres as you drive across the isolated landscape. It has been claimed that the first reported sighting dates back to 1838, and although nobody really knows what these lights are, there are several theories as to what they may be. Some believe that they may be a mirage caused by natural gases, or warm and cold air coming together, and other theories suggest they may be bioluminescent insects, owls, or birds. They also appear in Indigenous folklore, where it is believed that the lights are the spirits of their elders. But whatever this strange phenomena is, these mischievous lights continue to stalk those daring to cross the Australian outback under the cover of darkness, leading them astray and sending shivers down their spines. Number 5. The Black Panthers. Since as early as the 1920s, there have been thousands of reported sightings of elusive black panthers lurking throughout the Australian bush, but to this day, a black panther has never been caught in Australia. Theories suggest the big cats may have been released by American World War II soldiers when they were in Australia using panthers as military mascots. Some also believe they were possibly released by or escaped travelling circuses in the late 1800s, while other theories suggest that the cats were available for black market purchase in New South Wales in the early 20th century. But encounters and even attacks continue to be reported in national newspapers across the country. And in 2020, even video footage was recorded in the grounds of the Sydney Adventist Hospital in Wahroonga of a large black cat crossing a green field. But was it really just a feral cat? Or does the Australian black panther really exist? And is it still roaming the Australian countryside, just out of sight? Number 4. The legendary Bunyip. First acknowledged in Indigenous stories of the Dreamtime tens of thousands of years ago, sightings of the Bunyip were also documented in the early 1800s by English settlers. Over time, descriptions of the infamous Bunyip have taken many forms, from a mythical beast to an evil spirit that lurks at the bottom of swamps and billabongs, waiting, just out of sight, for its prey. According to Indigenous mythology, the Bunyip was originated by the Wemba Wemba people of Victoria, and is allegedly a water-dwelling creature that feasts on humans, whose cries can be heard coming from the waters in the Australian outback after nightfall. Much like America's Bigfoot or Sasquatch, historical accounts and thousands of other sightings of the Bunyip have been recorded all over Australia over the years, and although skeletal remains, and in particular, a peculiar-looking skull that could have belonged to the Bunyip were found, scientists believe that the Bunyip could have actually been a now-extinct species of wombat that lurked in the inland waters of Australia 20,000 years ago, and the haunting sounds could have actually come from bitten march birds, whose calls sound like voices. But despite the debate raging on, there are many who truly believe the Bunyip really does exist. The mythical creature from the dark billabongs in the Australian outback has become a central part of Australian folklore, and whether it is real or not, it will live on forever in the hearts and minds of the Australian people. Number 3. The Blue Mountains Lady in Black. At the peak of the Blue Mountains, just west of Sydney, the Victoria Pass snakes above bushland, dropping away at each side into a forested ravine. Cars drive through, supported beneath by a sturdy stone causeway, built by convicts almost 200 years ago. But the Victoria Pass has a dark past. It is the setting for one of New South Wales' most horrific crimes, one that sparked the urban legend of the woman in black. A ghost who, late at night, appears on the Victoria Pass in the middle of the road pleading for her life. For over a century, travellers have claimed to see this mysterious woman appear when travelling through the area. Travellers reported that their horses would become restless as they approached the bridge. Then the figure of a young woman dressed entirely in black would suddenly appear in front of them, and to this day, truckies still claim to see her late at night. It is believed the ghost is Caroline Collins, a child bride, who in 1820, at just 12 years of age, was married off to her much older husband William Collins. As legend goes, Caroline was deeply unhappy in her marriage, and left William for a time to go and live with her sister Maria, and her husband John, who she started having an affair with. Desperate to reconcile with his wife, William confronted Caroline and John at a local pub, where John tried to attack Caroline's jilted husband William, but Caroline held John back, helping her husband escape, which he did, and when Caroline and John were travelling home after the incident, he suddenly turned on her, bludgeoning her. Caroline's life was taken that night on the Victoria Pass, where her spirit remains to this day, searching for closure that will never come. Number 2. The Devil's Pool. In beautiful far north Queensland, just south of Cairns, nestled in the Australian bush, lies a body of water known to tourists as Babinda Waters, where 3 streams join among a group of large boulders, creating natural rock pools. And although these rock pools are a famous tourist attraction, with irresistibly beautiful crystal clear aqua waters, their history is truly haunting. To date, they have taken the lives of 19 people. Swimmers who dare to enter these waters will be sucked into the depths of an undercurrent that makes it impossible to swim to safety. Locals believe it is the spirit of a beautiful young Indigenous girl, Ulana, who lures people into the beautiful waters, where they perish. As legend goes, Ulana, from the Yidinji tribe, married a respected elder called Waruna, but shortly after their wedding, a young, handsome man, Daiga, from another tribe, came into Ulana's life and they fell in love. Realising their adulterous crime, they fled. They were eventually caught by the tribe elders, but Ulana broke free from her captors and threw herself into the Babinda boulders, calling for Daiga to follow her. And as she hit the water, her cries for her lover turned the still waters into a rushing torrent, and she was sucked underneath the surface. According to legend, Ulana's spirit still guards the boulders, and her calls for Daiga can still be heard today, luring people into the water, in the hopes that one of them will be her lost lover. Even spookier is that all but 2 of the victims taken by the Devil's Pools have been male. Number 1. The Ghost of Wakehurst Park. Australia is full of dark and unsettling stretches of road that go on forever, but Sydney's notorious Wakehurst Parkway is like something out of a nightmare. It is a main road near French's Forest just outside the city of Sydney. Renowned for its countless fatal road accidents, it is considered to be one of the most dangerous roads in New South Wales. But it is also regarded as one of the most haunted roads in the world, and once the sun sets, it becomes eerily dark. Even more sinister is Wakehurst Parkway's history. It was once a known area for gruesome murders and body dumping. Locals are known to actively avoid this road, going kilometres out of their way just to avoid it. But those who have braved it report feeling shivers creep down their spines, of headlights failing, cars unexpectedly breaking down, and phone reception disappearing when they try to call for help. People report seeing many ghosts, but the most chilling report is the appearance of a little girl named Kelly, wearing a white dress, standing in the middle of the road. As legend goes, late at night, she will appear on the back seat of your car staring at you, and unless you order her to get out, she will take control of your car and make it veer off the road. Kelly is thought to be linked to a young woman who died in a car crash in this area in the 1970s, but the truth is, nobody really knows who she is, or what unfinished business she has with Wakehurst Parkway. That's it for this countdown. Catch you later.